Alright, we're going to do a walk around video on a 21 Seneca 37M. Let the hood open. You got your windshield washer solvent, your air filter, your radiator overflow. On top of the engine is the cap. That's where you add oil fill, dipsticks and stuff are on the other side. We'll get that when we get around to there. We've got our passenger side door. And again, I'll go through the cabin towards the end of the video. It's usually one of the last things I do, but just show you what's in the area here. So, seat, power seat controls on the front of the seat. Sticker with vehicle information, capacities, tire pressure rating, stuff like that. Entry door, steps, and the screen door that's separate. Compartment. These doors require that you shut them firmly. More storage. This one's full pass-through. The other one's kind of pass-through. And another full pass-through storage in this area. Outside entertainment center, AM, FM, stereo, CD and DVD player built into the radio. Your remotes are tagged on the wall with Velcro. That's something I do. The TV is on a pull-out swivel mount. Has tabs on the end. It is attached with it's stuck with a magnet, but you can pull the TV out. Sorry about the videoing because I'm holding this tablet in one hand and working with the other. But you can change your view angles. Swing it around however you want. When you're all done, push it back in and the magnets will hold it in place. This lock has its own key that's on your key ring. Okay. It's a 507 key. Tire pressure is at 110. This panel here is removable. There's plumbing and other stuff back in there. And then your LP tank is here. Milk port and fixed liquid level gauge. The valve that you turn on and off for the gas. Your regulator is under the cover. Tank gauge wired so you can check it inside. Up here is your furnace. This is your combustion air intake and exhaust. When not in use, it's not a bad idea to cover that with a screen to keep the bugs from turning it into a condo. Again, shut the doors firmly. Your freshwater tank drain is right there. The unit is winterized. There are lights in the compartments that have on-off switches on them. And again, if you don't shut the door firmly, it doesn't latch. One more storage area. Coming across the back. And I didn't mention the awning, so we'll go back and do that in a second. But you got your 2-inch receiver, your 7-way trailer connector, your backup lights, license plate. Up there, right above the Y and the Jayco, is your backup camera, your rear window, and your egress ladder to get up and down to the roof. Do want you to inspect your roof a couple times a year, and preferably clean it and take care of it. Check your seals. Now you'll notice on the awning, I'm going to stand back here a minute, get your perspective. The back end is tilted down, the front end is tilted up. There are adjustments on the awning that set the pitch, and you can set them wherever you want. The awning pitch has no effect whatsoever on the awning's operation. So what I'm doing right now is opening my app, because there is a phone app that you can hook this coach up with. And as soon as it's up and running, pause for a second. Okay, once the app is up and running, you can extend or retract your awning from your phone app or from inside. I prefer to do it with the phone app because I can stand out here and watch it happen. So what I'm going to show you on this front, you can see that pin right there is in the bottom hole. That is the highest position. On the rear awning, the pin is up in the top hole, and that is the lowest position. Easiest way to adjust this is with the awning just partially open like that right there. And what you're going to do, pretty much takes two hands to do it, but we're going to push in on the pin and pull down. Put your hand here to pull down and push the pin in and pull this down. So now they're both in the bottom pin. You can have it any way you want it because the position of that has no effect on the awning's ability to work. The awning will go in or out with one all the way up and one all the way down. Both up, both down, doesn't matter. Those pins only affect the pitch of the awning when it's out, have nothing to do with its operation. All right, coming around to the driver's side. Back here we have our water heater control board, T&P valve. Your exhaust comes out. You have your burner in here, your gas valve here, sitting on top. That black plug is your drain. Right now the unit's winterized. This little plastic sleeve here is a thermostatic fuse. If this overheats, it will blow the thermostatic fuse. And then there's your T-stat and your ECO right there. Why the ECO is unplugged, I'm not sure. Next up is our generator. On top of the generator, the yellow is your oil fill and dipstick. The bluish white is your antifreeze. The antifreeze tank, which you can't see very well in this light, is clear translucent so you can see your antifreeze level. Also have an hour meter on here. And there is a circuit breaker. Can't see the top of my finger is a circuit breaker. It has to be up. If the breaker is off, the generator will run, but you'll get no power. To start the generator, we always prime first. We hold the stop position to prime. The light will come on. You'll hear the fuel pump running. Run the fuel pump for 30 seconds or so and hit start. When you hit start, you hold the start button continuously until it cranks. It will not crank until it's ready. It's got a glow plugs and it will not crank until the intake temperature is up. This prevents you from cranking it when it's not ready to start. When it's ready to start, just fire right up just like that. Again, apologize for the fact that it's dirty. It has not been be cleaned yet. So your hour meter, first service is due at 250 hours. Inside here, this little blue hose plugs into that outlet for your hot and cold for your outside shower. You have two hose connections, this black one and the white one. Black one goes right straight to the black tank to rinse the tank out. The white one is multi-function depending on the position of the valves here. As you can see, you got a dry camping, you got tank fill, you got city water hookup, winterize, and sanitize. Okay? So dry camping, you're using your fresh water tank and your water pump. Power fill, you're taking hose, hooking it up, and running pressurized water in to fill your fresh tank. City water, you're using pressurized water to run through the whole unit. Winterized, you're using this port as a suction line to your antifreeze tank, and it pumps, and you use your water pump, and it pumps antifreeze through the whole coach. And sanitized, you're using this as a suction port. Turn the water pump on, it's going to pump directly into your fresh water tank. So if you wanted to sanitize your water tank, you could mix up some bleaching water or whatever sanitized solution you want and pump it directly into your fresh water tank. I tell everybody, make a few hot laps around the neighborhood to slosh it around good, drain the tank, rinse it, and you've just sanitized your water tank. You have a cable hookup and a satellite hookup for outside antenna or outside cable. Macerator switch is for the macerator, your Seneca. We'll get into that in a second. And then you also have a water pump switch and a light switch out here. So this is your light switch, this is your water pump switch. With your Seneca system, everything from your black and gray, which your gray valve is there, your black valve is right there behind it. The gray valve is colored gray, the black valve is black. All of that comes down into the Seneca system here. From there, if you use the macerator, it comes out the Seneca hose. Or you can bypass and use this, and there's a separate shutoff here, and you can hook a standard sewer hose up right here. This filter is for your whole house water filter. The filter is currently not in it because it's winterized. Back here behind the Seneca hose, you'll see some more water valves. That's hot and cold, low point drain, and another tank drain valve over here. If you're using the Seneca hose, you have to have the macerator on when you're doing the black tank. You can leave the gray tank open if you want. It doesn't require the macerator for the gray, but for the black, you have to have the macerator on to pump it out. Up here is your diesel fuel fill for your engine. In this compartment, we have our Shoreline 50 amp power cord. Goes down through that hatch, which has rollers on it so you can pull it out. You see a 50 to 30 amp adapter so you can plug into 30 amp. The switch to retract the hose is there. This box is your starter kit. It's got a standard sewer hose, toilet chemical, toilet paper, a 110 adapter, water pressure regulator, and a water hose. The exhaust for the engine is there. We have storage all through here. Pass through on some of it, partial pass through on the other. With the washer dryer hookup, you have a second drain right here and second drain valve right there. That is your second gray tank. That little porthole back there are just service accesses so we can get into reach stuff. All right, up here is your battery tray. These two batteries back here are your engine starting batteries, and these 4 batteries are your house batteries. And you got wiring up in there, and this tray is just push in. Okay, let's take a look at the wiring on that. Your DEF is there. I didn't mention it, but on the other side, there's also a camera right here. These are your turn signal cameras. And again, inside of the cab, we have labels inside the doorway with vehicle information. Your paint codes are right here. And back up here, we have fuse box, fuse box, fuse box. These are all Freightliner boxes out here. Your transmission dipstick and fill. Your engine dipstick. Again, your engine oil fill is up on top here. Power steering reservoir and fluid level. Pretty simple. These hoods open and close very easily. Kind of give it a shove. You'll notice they're on struts, so it's detented. I'm going to pause. All right, sorry about that. I had to take a quick break and make a couple of adjustments. Once you come in the entrance door here, your main power switch is right there. Step switch. In one position, the step goes in and out every time you open the door. The other position, it goes out and stays out. The ignition still overrides it. This switch here is for your door awning. If I press out, it puts your over the door awning out. Press in, it brings it back in. It's the only control for this awning. Your main awning you can run with your app, or you can run from the tablet inside. You have a little closet here to the right of the door, fire extinguisher, and this is what it looks like with all the slides in. Now, to put the slides out, we want to level the unit first. So turn the power on. As long as all the lights are out but the power light, you can hit auto level. When you hit auto level, it's going to start beeping, and it's going to run the jacks down and level the unit. Now, this takes a minute or two, so I'm going to pause while it does that. Okay, when this thing is all done leveling, it's going to give you a confirmation beep. I just turned it back on because it turned off. If you are happy with the leveling, you're done. If you are not, and it is on, you can adjust it. Now, here's something people have a hard time grasping. This controller controls jacks. So jacks down is coach up. So to raise the front, you press front down to put the jacks down, which causes the front of the coach to raise. If you want to lower the front, you raise the jacks. Right and left are the same thing. When you're all done, you're done. Now, if you say, okay, every time I go to the campground, my front end is low, raise the front end up to where you want it, turn the power off, press the auto level button, hold it, and then turn the power on while holding the auto level. The panel will begin beeping. Once it beeps about 5 or 6 times, let go of the auto level, you will get a confirmation beep, and you just reset the auto level position. When you're ready to travel, you press the all retract button. Now, this is a smart level system, so you can actually connect it to a phone. I'm not quite sure why you would, but these are options that are available in the new world. All right, that's enough of the dashboard for now. We're going to move back. I just wanted to get the coach level. So here is your Xantex controller. This is for your inverter. The inverter uses your batteries to power your refrigerator and other items while you're driving or when you're not plugged in or running the generator. It also charges your batteries. Then you got your light panel switch here. All your lights. Light master on and off. The light master off, when you hit off, now there are lights in the coach that are not controlled by it. But when you hit off, it turns all the lights off and it remembers what was on, so that when you hit on, it turns them right back on the exact same way they were. Well, if you hit off and someone else hits off, then there's no on because it remembers that they were all off. If you hold on, it overrides it and turns them all on. Awning, retract, extend, awning lights, accent lights, porch lights, ceiling. All right, we're going to go back to the touch panel and put these slide outs out. You can also do the slide outs out on the app in your phone. So from the touch screen, we have a home button. On the home button, you can see light master on and off, some lights, temperature front and rear, electric water heater, gas water heater can be turned on here. Generator start and stop. AGS is available. You can turn your AGS on. AGS is auto gen start. You have to hold this button for 3 seconds. It allows you to go into your settings. And now your AGS is enabled. You can also start and stop the generator, your water pump, tank heaters. You can see all your tanks. Your LP is full, black, gray, and fresh are all empty. Next button down from the home is your power. That's your auto gen settings. So you can set your start voltage, start time, triggers, and all of that. So set those two, HVAC and low voltage, means that the AGS will start if the air conditioner needs to come on, or it will start if your batteries are low. You can set quiet time start and stop, start voltage, stop voltage, run time, all of that can be set on your AGS. Next one down is your lights. Each one of the lights that it controls is right here, and they have up-down arrows, which means they're dimmable. So if I take the sofa ceiling, turn it off, turn it on, hold it, and I don't know how well you can see that in the video, but I'm dimming it. Okay? If I go to sofa accent, which is above it, I'm dimming it. Now you'll notice some fluttering in, and that's because everything is PWM, pulse wave modulation, which means we're not lowering the voltage, we're reducing the amount of time it's on. So it's like we're turning it on and off really fast. The next button down is your thermostats, climate control, rear, front, furnace, fans. Down here are your settings, auto, cool. Okay. Pretty simple. The front air conditioner also has a heat pump, so you can turn the heat pump on, or you can turn the furnace on. Here are your slide outs and your awnings. Bed slide, dinette slide, main slide, kitchen slide. So we hit extend, and right now we are putting out the full wall slide on the passenger side. Bed slide, hit extend, we're putting the bedroom slide out. Now the bedroom slide has one thing you have to pay attention to. It has to be all the way out to put the bed down. The bed has to be all the way up in order to put the slide back in. So if you do not have the bed fully retracted, the slide out won't go in. If you don't have the slide out all the way out, the bed will not extend. That's a safety switch. Because if you put the slide out in with the bed out, it won't fit. So the bed has to be retracted for the slide to come in. And the slide has to be fully extended for the bed to extend. So there you have it. Now we have the slides all out. You can see the bed is fully retracted. Your 110 breakers, 12-volt fuses, all that. Power panels are down there. Your bed switch is right here. And this unfolds the bed. Now, if you want to leave it part way so you can sit up and watch TV at night, wherever you want to leave it, you can. But when the bed is out, the slide out will no longer work. And the slide out won't work until the bed's fully retracted. You have reading lights above the bed. You have storage above the bed. I've been telling people for 20 plus years, going on 23 years now, to take these cushions, pillows, throws, bedspreads, and all of this soft frilly stuff and bag it and tag it so that when you get ready to sell or trade the unit, you can put it back in and it'll look just like new. You have an emergency exit window here in the back. You open the window up, swing it out, and climb out. You have a day screen, day shade, and you have a night shade. You have day and night shades throughout the unit on both sides of the bed, on all the windows. They are all manually operated, except for the one above the bunk bed in the front. You have closets on both sides of the bed, drawers underneath. Your TV, you pull out on the bottom. You have storage behind the TV, so you have a hidden storage. Light switch, it's push button, push it off, push it on, push it off, push it on. This is a thermistor. This is a temperature sensor that tells the system what the temperature is in the bedroom. There's one below the touchscreen that tells the system what the temperature is in the living room. Your bedroom pocket door has a tie, pull out, release, it's a magnet, slide it over, and there's your bed door. Same thing on the bathroom sliding door. Pull, swing. There's a little tab here, you can pull that. But there is a magnet that holds it. And then there's a door latch right here. Toilet is a foot flush. You step down slightly on the valve to add water, all the way down to flush. Storage under the sink and cabinet. Medicine cabinet above. Hang holders, lights, fan switches, accent lights. Your fan's right there. Nice size shower. Again, the unit has not been cleaned, so we'll be going to get cleaned. This door latches. Oh, inside here, swing that up. Okay, and then put it down and let that down for travel. Household refrigerator. This is why we have an inverter. When you travel and you're not plugged in or running a generator, you need to turn the inverter on to power the refrigerator so you have cold food. This latch is so that the doors don't fly open. You get buttons on the front to turn the cooling on. Right now it's not cooling. So you hold the buttons for 3 seconds and it turns it on. Hold the buttons for 3 seconds and it turns it off. You can also calibrate your measured fill and other options, different button presses. It's all covered in the instructions. Your cooktop has removable cover, 3 burner. There is a little storage there. There's another one over there. The shade behind there. To use the stove, we turn the valve to the light position. We're going to press down on the valve and push this lighter button. And then we're going to hold it for about 4 seconds to let it warm up. And then we can let go of the knob and adjust it and it'll stay lit. If you let go of the knob too soon, it won't stay lit. So you have to hold it for a few seconds and then let go of the knob and it'll stay lit. Stove cover. Again, this is easier to do with two hands than it is with one. So bear with me a little bit here. You have drawers, paperwork, manuals, more manuals, touch-up paint. This hose that's in here, if you remember when I was talking about winterization and sanitizing, where you hook up a short hose and put the valves in the winterize or sanitize position, that hose is what you can hook up to put antifreeze in your system or to sanitize. Microwave is also a convection oven. Let's get a whole stack of paperwork in here. I'm sure the sales department's going to want that back. We'll make sure you at least get a couple copies of it. Sink covers, sink, storage, tilt out, drawers, remotes. You have a remote for the fireplace and you have a remote for the matrix. You have a remote for the TV and a remote for the Blu-ray player. This couch is a jackknife. That means you lift up on the bottom and pull out, down, and then it makes into a small bed. You have outlets on both sides. The TV lift switch is right there. You have USB charge ports. You have cup holders. TV down. It is kind of slow, which is not always a bad thing. Now, when the TV's down, you do have window shades above there that are hidden. You can't really see them, but they are there. You also have window shades for this window here behind the sink. Storage cupboards up here. Your Jayco roadside assistant numbers on the label there. More of your manuals are there. Your microwave plug-in is there. Dinette makes into a bed. Take the cushions off. Lift straight up on the front of the tabletop. And then pull forward. And it'll come away from the wall back there. And swings all the way down. And when the cushions are out of there, it's got a spot it drops down into. You lay the cushions across. Makes into a bed. To put it back into a table. Lift up. Push in. Latch. And there you go. Windows, shades, lights. The big couch makes into a bed. It's a hide bed underneath, standard style. Your fireplace is right here. You have these darkened glass doors on this cabinet for more storage. You have storage cabinets above the couch.